Hey guys, Marcus here with BlackOvis. I am here in Bozeman, Montana with John Barklow, the Senior Product Line Manager of Sitka, of the hunting line at Sitka Gear. And in front of us is a lot of the big game pants that Sitka offers. What we wanted to do is talk about each one of them and talk about what they have to offer individually.
Yeah, so each pant that we have here, all 6 of them, has its part to play, right? So they're not all different. They each have a different environment that maybe they thrive in, or a different feature set that maybe you may like over something else. So I think we have something for everyone, depending on what.
There are plenty of options here.
Absolutely, what kind of pursuit they're going after. The first one is a traverse pant. So this is just a great rock solid all around hunting pant. It's not going to have a lot of the bells and whistles. So it's not going to have knee pad pockets. It's not going to have suspender loops. It's not going to have things like that. But it's just going to be a rock solid pant. It's going to be in a polyester, and it's going to also be offered in some solid colors. So, this is a pant that, I'll take with me, maybe not as my primary, but I'll have in the truck for, the second load of meat I got to go get back, and I want to change into another pair of pants, something like that. This is also a pant I'm going to hike in the summer, or wear around town, that kind of thing. As we step up though to the Ascent pant, now we're starting to get into a more technical pant. So now this is a Cordura nylon, so really durable for the weight. So when I was developing this pant, we had this on the Foss brothers. They were up running around NWT and Canada chasing sheep. I also sent my pair, just because of the size, I sent my pair to Africa on 2 Cape buffalo hunts, and I got them back, and if I hadn't seen the pictures, I wouldn't have believed that they were even wearing them in that kind of thorny country. And then I also took a pair and sent it to a friend in the military and had him run kind of through some training cycles in it, and I just knew we had found the perfect fabric for that. Yeah, this is your hot weather hunting pant to me. It's got, mesh pockets, mesh cargo pockets. It's got a mesh knee pad pocket if you want. It's going to be highly durable. It's going to breathe incredibly well. This is a pant, if you want to pick one pant and run through the entire year, you can certainly, start in early season with just a pair of briefs, and then just start layering base layer underneath it to, get maybe towards late season, where maybe you should jump into another pant. But yeah, this is a great pant, but starting to have a lot more technical features up from the Traverse. The next one in line is a new pant called the Equinox. This is a pant that has a engineered knit, very similar to the Apex, but this has some feature sets specific to, say, the run and gun turkey hunter as an example. So it's got thigh pockets here, so if you're sitting, up against a tree, you can still access your thigh pockets. They're right on top. They don't make you don't make a lot of motion getting in and out. Knife pocket. This is not going to have knee pad pockets. This is a pant that I wore last year up in Alaska caribou hunting, because it's got insect shields. So what that's going to do is that's going to keep down all those bugs that bite you. And I knew I would run into caribou hunting. And even though this pant was originally intended and isn't kind of intended for turkey hunting, I'd say anytime you're out where there's a lot of bugs, the Equinox pant may be the pant for you. We've even gone so far as to put a little gaiter here that goes around your boot that also has insect shields, so that bugs aren't crawling up your pant leg. So, again, some technical features kind of to kind of solve that problem set. And then we step up to the Apex.
There is one feature though that I think is worth pointing out on this, is the hip vent.
Oh, that's right, the hip vents. We just talked about that. Yeah, so the hip vents, because when you're running and gunning in the spring, the weather can be cool, it can be hot, it can be that all in 1 hour. And being able to just dump heat with those vents. I'm trying to think, I believe this is the first big game pant that we've offered that has the hip vents, which is why it was easy for me to forget about it. But I think it's a great feature that a lot of people have asked for. And I think that, people are really going to appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So then we step up to the Apex pant. So to me, this is, this is my go-to pant for archery season in the fall. This is the quietest pant that we make in the Sitka Big Game line. It comes only in subalpine, kind of for those close engagement distances, elk, mule deer, things like that. This has knee pads that are removable. It has, again, mesh pockets where you can dump some heat. The cargo pockets have a smaller pocket inside for things like a rangefinder or different diaphragm calls, things like that. So you can throw them in there and they're not going to rattle around and make undue noise, say, when you're crawling in, things like that. This fabric here is very similar to the Equinox pant, so it's this engineered knit. There's no insect shield on this pant, but this is, kind of not a step up, but a step across. So yeah, I wore the Equinox caribou hunting because I wanted the bug protection. I came back and the next month I was running around the mountains of Montana and Colorado in the Apex pant chasing elk and mule deer.
This is probably the pant that I run 75% of the time because it's so lightweight and it's so breathable that I can use it in the early season, no problem, dumping heat, running and gunning, big game, hiking, trail cams, again, all that crazy stuff. But it does really well in those high temperatures, but I can also take this into a late season hunt and be totally fine if my base layers are correct. But this is an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, when you guys are slipping through, what is that, buckbrush or whatever down there in in Utah, scrub oak, trying to get in on mule deer with your bow. That's when you really appreciate that Apex pant. It's durable, but like you said, it's really quiet. The next pant is really what I would call a full-featured soft shell hunting pant. This is the mountain pant. This is an incredibly popular pant. I think it's maybe the most versatile all-around pant. If somebody was saying, hey, I hunt out west, I hunt the big game seasons in the fall, what's my one go-to pant? I would say the mountain pant. It's been around the longest. It's got, a lot of the bells and whistles that people are looking for. So, the hand pockets have zippers, fully featured cargo pockets with flaps, but also have zippered security pockets. They have removable knee pads. It's a great, stretch polyester. It's incredibly durable. It's going to block some wind. It's going to shed light rain and snow. It's going to dry when you need it to. It's just a great Western pant. Comes in a lot of different patterns, a solid color. It just gives a lot of versatility to the user.
Yeah, when I am getting anyone into Sitka for the first time that's a big game hunter, this is the pant every single time because it can do everything.
Right.
And it's so durable. It does have all the bells and whistles of a big game pant, and it's going to perform very well in every condition. But this is, I would say, if you're going to have one Sitka pant of all of them to do everything, it's the mountain pant.
It's the mountain pant.
Yep,
absolutely. I tell folks the same thing. It's where I started my Sitka life as well with the pair of mountain pants. I still have my original. And they haven't wore out yet. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they're a great pant. You're going to have a long time. So make sure you buy the right size. And then finally, at the far end here is our most technical pant in the big game line. That's the Timberline pant. So this pant really, in some regard, it kind of started a bit of a trend. Those gray knees, that's actually a very durable nylon that's got Gore-Tex underneath it. So those are waterproof knees and a waterproof seat. A lot of the people that have kind of mimicked that, they put the gray knees on there, but there's not the durability and there's not the waterproofness. But this pant is really a pant that I think is your mid to late season hunting pant. There's a lot of rifle hunters that wear that. I do know bow hunters that wear that pant because it's incredibly durable for climbing over a whole bunch of blowdown, which quite frankly I try to avoid anymore. But it's really nice when the ground's damp, even for like spring bear, but certainly later seasons, there's snow on the ground, you're getting in and out of a tent or you're down on your knees, quartering up an animal. your knees are going to stay warmer because they're going to stay dry. Or you're sitting on a sled, or you're sitting in a wet saddle, your seat's going to be dry and you're going to be warmer. So, that is kind of the most technical pant that we make in the Sitka Big Game line. It's got the, fully featured cargo pockets and the zippered security pockets on the cargo pocket, and, just everything you could want in today's technical hunting pant.
Now, the mountain pant and the Timberline pant, the materials are similar in feel. Are they a similar material makeup?
They're a similar material in the sense that they're polyester, but the mountain pant's going to be lighter than the Timberline. So the Timberline, again, is going to be a little warmer. It's going to block just a little bit more wind. The intent was to build it for those, sheep seasons where, guys are up high, or those later seasons where, you could have snow, rain, a combination thereof, depending on the season. I have guide friends that have a pair of Timberline pants that are going on, over 400 days of use, and they're still running strong. So, the vast majority of us are going to buy a pair of Timberline pants, and they're going to be with us for a long time. Really, that pant has been around unchanged, I think, for over 8 years, and it just keeps performing and being a top seller for us.
And I just heard an interesting story too in the development of, I guess, the durability of these knees and seat pad. These prototypes were put on roofers.
Correct.
To really test the durability. Guys that are literally kneeling on some basically sandpaper all day long, moving around, putting their weight on it. And I mean, this is how the development of all the Sitka lineup is, but just an example of the Timberline pant itself.
Yeah. I mean, when you're testing something, you have to go, to the people that can give you what you need, and in that case, it was a bunch of roofers.
Well, that's pretty awesome. As you can see, there are a lot of options in the Sitka lineup of pants. If you have any questions that we haven't covered, make sure to comment below. If you use a specific pair of Sitka pants or multiple, and you like them for a specific reason, let us know in the comments below as well, or give us a call. We'd love to chat. Thanks, John.
Thank you.